All right, guys. So we're going to start talking about something new in language arts this week. We've finished talking about prefixes and suffixes, which we know that are word parts that are added onto words that we may encounter in our reading. And we can use our knowledge of those prefixes and suffixes to maybe figure out a word that we didn't know right away and figure out what it means. And this week, we're going to start talking about something called similes. So you may see this word up here. And yes, I'm using a lightsaber this video. But you may see this word up here and think smiles. But no, it is similes. That's how you pronounce this word. And a simile is used in your writing, and it can really help spruce up your writing to create a very vivid picture in your reader's mind. So if I had the sentence, Annie is a messy eater. Well, okay, that's fine. That's knowledge, right? That's a statement. You can put that in your writing. But if I say Annie eats like a pig, well, that creates a whole new picture. So whenever I read that sentence, I'm picturing a pig sitting in front of a trough, eating without its hands, just with its mouth, and getting food all over its face. So when I hear that sentence, I think, oh, Annie must be a messy eater, even though I didn't have to tell the reader that she was a messy eater. The reader understood that because I said that she eats like a pig. I was comparing her to a pig. So the way that we show this comparison when we're comparing maybe someone or something to something else is we use these words like or as. So a simile has to have the word like or as in order to be a simile. And we're going to talk about another type of comparison next week that doesn't use those words, but similes have to use them. So another simile that we may encounter is Annie is as messy as a pig. So I could have just said Annie is messy, right? Which, again, that's a statement. It's kind of boring. So the way I can spruce it up is I can say Annie is as messy as a pig. Well, I know that pigs don't care about cleaning their room. I know pigs don't care if they have food on their face or if they have dirt in their bed, right? So that tells me maybe Annie is sleeping in a barn and getting dirt all over herself all the time. But I could think, okay, Annie must be pretty messy if she's as messy as a pig. Okay, so again, it's just a way for you to show in your writing maybe a better picture for your reader than just a simple statement. Okay, so we have some similes down here that are comparing things to animals. So these similes all use an exaggeration to make a comparison. So an exaggeration is something totally over the top, okay? So if I said, oh, I feel like I've been working for 100 hours. Obviously, I haven't been working for 100 hours. I'm exaggerating, right? I'm kind of going a little bit over the top of what I'm actually doing. I may have been working for a couple of hours, and I may have been working really hard and I'm kind of tired and I want to show the reader of my writing that I'm really tired. So I may say, it felt like, there's that word, right? I'm using that word like again. It feels like I've been working for 100 hours, okay? So let's look at these. If you notice, in each of these similes, I have what word? Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. I have as in all of these similes. So I want you to imagine some boring sentences. So I could say, I'm really sick. I'm really happy. I'm really wise, right? So the way that I could make those more exciting is I could say, not just I'm sick, I'm as sick as a dog. Obviously, I'm not a dog. Obviously, I'm not laying on the dog bed and just not feeling good and sleeping all day, right? But I am really sick. So that helps the reader say, oh, dogs can get really sick. They must be pretty sick. Even though we didn't have to tell them I'm very sick, they can understand that because of the simile that we used, okay? So let's do a little example. What if in my writing I said, this ice cream makes me happy. Well, that's cool, I guess. I mean, it's kind of a simple sentence, right? It does tell me some information, but it doesn't really paint a vivid picture, okay? However, do you see a simile up here somewhere that maybe says something about being happy? See if you can find it. Did you find it? Yeah, I could say what? I could say, I am as happy as a lark, right? So instead of just saying happy, I could say, this ice cream makes me happy as a lark. As a lark. And if you didn't know, a lark is a bird, and larks are very happy. So in turn, I would know that this ice cream didn't just make me happy, it made me really happy. That's what the reader can understand because I use that simile. So remember, similes have to use like or as somewhere in them to compare two things to each other, right? So I'm comparing myself to a bee, or I'm comparing myself to a fox, or somebody else to a mule, right? I'm comparing them to show the extent to which I display that adjective, okay? All right. Thanks for watching, guys.